Hello. So my restaurant package is for the company, The Breakfast Club. It is a popular tourist spot and a breakfast place in Houston, Texas. So a little bit about the Breakfast Club before we get into the branding. It's built around good home style breakfast food with, of course, lunch options. And it's more than just food, but it's designed to create a culturally rich, creative, urban, inclusive space. The owner wanted to have community at the forefront of the business, and the heart of the business is to create a sense of community among artists, tourists, and Houston locals. So they see a large range of people, from people who appreciate the art and live music that fills the spot to tourists who are visiting Houston for the first time, and to Houston locals who are regulars and just live nearby. So I chose the colors very intentionally. So we have the orange yellow, which is the same shade as orange juice because it's a breakfast spot, and orange juice is like the best wholesome breakfast drink. They also squeeze their orange juices and lemonades in house. So they don't do store bought lemonade and orange juice, they make them in house. That's the other thing. And then, of course, we have the red, which is like ketchup red, because some people put ketchup on their eggs. And then we have blue and green because I wanted it to be as close to primary colors as possible. And then the typefaces used are going to be Slacky for headings or titles, and Super Clarendon for easy readability, menus, and general copy. I used Slacky to create the logo, and I used Slacky as the identifiable choice font because it looks hand drawn and is a nod to the kind of artistic people that the Breakfast Club is marketed to. So the logo is basically Slacky regular with my modifications to make it look like graffiti. And so the full brand is The Breakfast Club, and then shortened to just Club because they have that special use of K for any K sound, like their menu will say catfish and grits with a K instead of like the regular spelling. So that's like their signature thing. And Club is like the thumbnail for like pop sockets, logos. It's the logo, thumbnails for when you're viewing on a browser, anything like that. And so it's got the four colors for all four letters. The logo can also be made all black or any of those four colors, as long as it's those four colors only. So going into that, the way you don't want to use the logo, you don't want to stretch it because it compromises the L, and you don't want to remove the spaces in any of the letters that have a closed loop, such as letter B. You don't want to make it different from the brand colors, so you definitely don't want to make it like pink or like bright orange or bright yellow. It has to be one of those four brand colors. And you don't want to separate the letters because that takes away from the it takes away from the logo, because the logo is a piece of art in itself and is supposed to look like graffiti. So when you separate it, it just doesn't represent the brand identity as well. The iconography is very straightforward. So we have the menu and then like interactive items such as like increase, decrease, back button, search bar. The others are going to be for the menu, specifically for to-go orders. So we have a waffle for the breakfast items, a sandwich for the lunch items, and then a brown paper bag as your like cart, and then coffee mug for your beverages. So these are my hero shots for the website. So the main pages are going to be the menu, about us, and order online page. This is the home page. So I made a tagline, very simple, the break you need, Breakfast Club. And then a little advertisement for the early bird special, for the restaurant being the first thing you see, brings people in, and then a hero shot of some food. And then to make it less busy, I put a nice gradient over it that is also still the brand colors. And then this is the interactive link to the prototype down here. The menu page has all of the menu items just by itself. And then if you want to order online, it has more of a way to narrow your search. But this is just a continuous scroll of all the menu items top to bottom. The About Us page is a shorter scroll with their mission statement and information about the Breakfast Club and its identity above that. Here's the footer. So here's a shot of the footer. You have the hours of operation, the other affiliated businesses with the Breakfast Club, and then other links such as careers, partners, catering, events, and contact page. The order online page does not have the same header as the other pages, but the back button will bring you right back there. The cart, being the little paper bag, is here visible again. And then, of course, the iconography for narrowing your search for the purpose of ordering online. And then the two most popular signature plates and the basis of what made the owner come up with the Breakfast Club restaurant idea, wings and waffles from the East Coast and catfish and grits from the West Coast. And then the rest of the menu items here. This is the in-house display with the tagline and the early bird special, the most pertinent information for people already physically on site, and then pictures of the food served there. So these are actual Breakfast Club plates. So it gives clients a preview of what their food could look like. And then the interactive menu is going to look just like the order online page to keep that continuity of if you need to order to go, but you didn't do so at home, it's going to be the same menu items and layout in-house as it would be at home. So you have that ease of usability. This is the business card. The yellow is the front and the green is the back. So you have the address, phone number, and email on both sides, but the back is going to have the hours of operation and then other venues, just as like a way to easily spread advertisement across their business ventures. And then here's the merchandise. So since the logo is a piece of art in itself, I put it on a pop socket for people to put on their phone, because everyone nowadays has some kind of smartphone, and it's a great conversation starter that brings visibility to the business while also being an appealing phone accessory. And then regulars or people with an appreciation for Houston culture can represent the brand on a hoodie. The advertisement is scaled to be for a mall or airport setting, because since it's a tourist-friendly spot, I could see it being taking up a wall in an airport. I've seen it plenty of times at Bush International. And yeah, it's great for tourists to see, like, oh, here's somewhere we can eat while we're here. You know, the break you need, the Breakfast Club, hours of operation, and then the address and contact information. Very pertinent information, straightforward, but still physically, visually appealing. And then here we have an Instagram post that has a picture of our most popular menu item, one of the two, and then a promotion to get 15% off, and then a hashtag for people to use when sharing their food, brings visibility to the brand, and also gives customers a percentage off their order. It's a win-win for both the brand and the client. And that is my brand packaging for the Breakfast Club.